Okay. Sometimes you'll have to change. Or welcome back. Sometimes you'll need to change a few things to the part. Let's say, for instance, in this case, this hole must change to a specific hole. It must change to something else. Now there's two ways of doing this. I will. You see, I don't really want to show this, but I have to show this because it's actually the easiest way to go about it. Right. So if you need to change this hole to a different hole, right, you will have problems. So if you use the hole feature, right, and you need to put a hole here, there's no material to put the hole, so it's not going to work. It's going to give you errors and stuff. You see, there's already errors and so on, right? So there's nothing. You can't sketch hole. So you first have to fill this void, right? So to do that, you can just use an extrude. In this case, I'm just going to say single curve selection, and then I can select an edge. So I don't need to go and draw a sketch. You can select an edge, and then that will be sufficient. Change this dimension thing, and then of course I want to change the volume. This time I'm going to use until extended, and then I'm going to use this face so that I know that. And let's see this. This not doesn't want to work. Okay, find another way to circumvent that. Let's see, unite. Just change the direction. Just want to see something. Okay, let's use extrude. Another type of selection. Okay, it's not compatible. Okay, doesn't want to do that. It's cool. Let's just use the sketch. Extrude sketch. Let's make it a bit bigger than it should be. You can actually make this and that the same. No, it's fine. I'll show now a different way of doing that. Until extended to that part. In this case, I want to unite because I just want to close off that hole. Right, so there it is. Okay, so again, faster way to do that. I will show it shortly. Okay, so now you can create the hole feature. Again, you can first get the position of the hole where it should be, or you can make use of some selection filters and so on. In this case, I'm just going to select the hole. I know that my hole should be there, so I can just select the hole. Okay, so now I can see that the space is there. Okay, so that's not that. So say a long vector, select it in that direction. So depending on how you select it, you will have to do some sort of a maneuver to actually get it right. So let me just change the diameter to 19, sorry. And then I'm just going to make this through all. So I'm going to show through body. Right, so that's typically what you will do. So now if you use the hole feature, you can have it like that, but if the hole has to change, you can easily change the hole to something else. But you'll see now, because the point where I selected that was not the correct point to select, but I just want to show that you can select points and do holes like that outside of body. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the body. Let's change this customize to the, nope, sorry, let's do that, and then just do a countable, and then we can say maybe it's 30 and it goes a certain depth, and change all of this. And oops. Okay, so that would typically be some sort of a hole feature that you can use. So the hole feature is powerful when you know that the hole will continuously change and stuff. But one of the best ways to actually do this is, let me just suppress this, right? is to create the hole, select the face on which you want to place the hole. That will bring in the sketching environment. And once you're in the sketching environment, you can make use of geometric constraints or other ways to basically just place the hole where you want it to be, right? So you can even go as far as drawing a circle, like for instance, you can draw a circle and make it reference geometry and then select the midpoint of that circle. But for this, I'm just gonna select that point and that point, right click and make it coincident, and then I know that that's where my whole position is gonna be. So now I know that I won't have any problems because my hole. Okay, so you see, so you can create a sketch individually as well, or separate sketch. Select the thing, create the sketch, put a point, show where the point should show where the hole should be. Create that, select the point, normal to face. You can do a 19 for instance. You can say here the value should be through all to make sure that if this dimension changes, it will always go through all, right? And now, once you've done that, you can change the hole when you edit the hole, and you can say that it should be a countersunk hole. Let's say a counterbore hole in this case. You can make it 25, right? You can change it so that you can see the counterbore diameter will be that diameter there. Hole diameter, the depth, let's make it 15, and so on and so on, and then that's through body, and then you will have that. This is not for this module, but there's something called synchronous modeling within NX. And synchronous modeling is an easier way to get rid of materials. That's normally what I would use. I wouldn't use the extrude to fill that void or that hole. I would just go and use synchronous modeling. So synchronous modeling is handled in the second part of this module, but you're welcome to use it. You're welcome to explore it. It's a function within NX. Not all CAD models have this capability. That's why I try and skew this module in terms of the normal way of doing it, and then the second module will be more advanced things that NX is capable of. But delete face, you can say you want to delete a face, and then you can easily just say I want to delete that face and I want to delete that face. Let's see if it's going to give an error. So we cancel, delete that face, apply, delete that face, apply. Nope, doesn't want to. Let's see if we do our selection in a different way. Shift, select to deselect. Okay, so there's edges and stuff. See, so sometimes there's also limitations to what the thing can do. So replace face. So I want to replace this face with a specific face. Okay, so that face I want to replace it with this face. Let's see if that works. So in terms of synchronous modeling, if one thing doesn't work, there's always another way of doing it. There will be a check mark there, or a I sign, or an information thing. It's just because on the replace face, one face is being consumed by another. I think that's what it actually says. Let's see if there's a pop-up. But you don't have to worry, that will still be fine. But as I said, synchronous modeling will be handled in the next module. And then of course, once you've deleted that, you can make use of the whole feature again and specify a point and change it the way that it should be. Let's see. Okay, so that's the power of the whole feature. And What normally happens if you, but we're gonna explore this when we are busy with assemblies. If you in also in other CAD packages as well, if you specify a hole in terms of the metric stuff and so on, it will once you put in fasteners, it will automatically pick up this, and then it will give you the precise fastener as you indicated, whether it's left-handed and right-handed. So this is also a very powerful way for when you want to do modeling, to specify what type of fastener should go through it, if it's there. And then in the assembly environment, when you drag and drop, it will select the correct fastener for you. Okay, that's just something that will be explored at a later stage. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day.